Hi, I'm Courtney Webb. Welcome to Courtside. This is a digital series about QVC entrepreneurs, and we have a special guest with us today. She is a jewelry designer for Taudrey, and her name is Miss Tiffany Dominguez. Tiffany, welcome on in. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome to the jewelry box.
Yes. Okay, so you're actually in your office, which I think is amazing, and this is where all of the magic takes place, right?
This is where all the magic takes place, and it's my little home away from home.
Ah, fantastic. Well, okay, let's just jump right in. And I will say that we are so grateful for you to join us at this time, especially from your studio, because you're in Miami. We're over here in PA. Now, as far as your business, I was taking a look into your background. You come from a family of entrepreneurs. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. I'm actually a daughter of Cuban immigrant parents. So my grandparents and parents came to this country with nothing and talk about figuring it out and making a life without even knowing, I mentioned not even knowing the language. So I was always surrounded by hard workers and entrepreneurs and had that instilled in me as at a young girl, and most importantly, had instilled passion and dedication all growing up.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you created Taudrey. Tell us the name. Where did the name Taudrey
come? I get that question asked a lot, and it's a great story. So I couldn't use my name Tiffany for a jewelry company. I wonder why. So I couldn't use my name Tiffany, and I have to give credit to my mom for this one. I've always been very inspired by Audrey Hepburn from the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. So the name is actually Audrey, and I put my T in front to represent Tiffany. And it started off, the original logo started off with a T period Audrey, but our customers just kept pronouncing Taudrey. That's the way that it would like roll off the tongue. So we evolved, dropped the period, and kept the name Taudrey.
Don't you love when your customers kind of tell you which way to go and then your brand just really sticks?
Yeah.
So fantastic. So let's go into Taudrey. You jewelry. It's all handmade. First, tell us how you do this process, because you're not using any etching machines or, how do you do it all handmade, every piece?
We do it all handmade. That's something that is so unique and different about Taudrey, because we literally create, out of like scraps of metal that I have here right here lying on my desk. We hand make each and every piece. We're an all-female team that creates everything from start to finish. And with that, there is, so much passion and so much detail that goes into each and every piece. I even have here later, I wanted to personalize a necklace for you guys on the spot and be able to see some creation happening live.
Oh, wow.
I thought that would be really fun. But yes, so we create everything between myself. I still very much love to get my hands dirty with the jewelry because that's my passion. That's the reason why I started. So I'm still very involved in the crafting and, the women that are making all of your Taudrey pretties. We're, mothers and daughters and friends and sisters that make each and every piece.
Oh, that's fantastic. I hope that the power outage I just experienced did not affect anything on your end. Well, as far as making those pieces by hand, I do want to see how you do it. I mean, why don't we just kind of go through your collection? You have bracelets, right? Tell me, you go into earrings. How many other pieces do you have in your line?
Sure. So we have our strongest category is definitely necklaces and bracelets. I have some here that I wanted to show you guys that's carried on the QVC website. I'm wearing them, of course, too. And it's funny. I can't just put on one bracelet. Like I have to just have, a full arm party on and a full arm candy and always a layered look. But we do carry some rings and earrings as well. But our main categories are necklaces and bracelets. And what's so nice about Taudrey is everything has a personalized touch. So whether it's an initial, and that we're all about making it personal. As I love to mention, we're more than just jewelry because we really are jewelry with meaning and each piece tells a story. So whether it's personalized with an initial, personalized with, a quote, a Bible verse, a zodiac sign. There's, coordinates. I mean, there's countless ways that we personalize all of our Tawdry pretties.
Oh my goodness. What made you want to have that personal touch for Taudrey? Did that just kind of be inspiration for you, or did you have something that prompted?
It started off, and I have to think, yes, one of my classic pieces was like an autograph plate that has a name on it. And so I definitely always had the personalization aspect because I wanted to make sure that Taudry was meaningful. I wanted to make sure that it would empower women. That's definitely one of our core values, is to empower women and to spread joy and to really connect to women via our jewelry, because it's such a talking point, and like a conversation starter.
That is for sure. So you just said empowering women. You mentioned earlier you're an all women run team.
Correct.
What is that like? I mean, that's so exciting. There's so many businesses now that you're hearing are all women run, and that was not the case not too long ago. So what does it mean to you to be a Todd boss of an entire female company?
I love how you're using the language. We have all of our like Taudry language that we refer to our jewelry as pretties. We refer to me as the Todd boss. My team is the Todd squad, and all of our customers are like Taudry girls. So we have our own language. Thank you for picking up on that.
Oh, happy to.
Yeah, but yes, it's so important. And even for Taudry, we just celebrated our 10th birthday. So from the beginning, we've been full female run. I mean, down to our, even if it's like on a consultant basis, of our graphic designers, our accountant, my full-time team, everybody is all females. And I think it just really helps even more, to really show our values of celebrating women. We have things for girls as well. And we actually do have a couple men's items, but it's the women that's buying it for the men's. But so it's very important to me to employ women. And I know that we're making a difference because we do this to take care of our families. We do this because we're passionate about the brand and about Taudry and the messaging. So I think it just only makes sense, and it's natural for us to be, staffed by fully females.
Oh, fantastic. So you were introduced to QVC through the Big Find. Now, the Big Find,
Yes.
if you're tuning in right now, is one of our once-in-a-lifetime options for entrepreneurs to come into QVC and sell and show their wonderful stories and products. So you were one of our winners. We only had a handful of entrepreneurs. Tell me what that experience was like. I mean, actually from applying all the way to getting there and then being in front of the panel. What was that experience for you?
Oh my God. It's still a dream, believe it or not, because, and you'll hear it then throughout the story. So the women in my family are like QVC's top customers. I've told them, I'm like, you guys probably know them by name, like I'm talking from like my mom, my aunt. I've now very much converted my stepmom, my mother-in-law. Like I can go down the list of the women in my family. So I've always been brought up around QVC and very familiar with it. So when the applications came out, or when all the promotions started coming out for the Big Find, my aunt Sandra was like, you have to do this because Taudry would be such a great fit. And what's so nice and what really makes the dream come true, I mean, I can whip out my goals notebook, but I have written down the year after year, when you like set your goals to work for QVC. So I'm like, it's written down. I have it down here. This is our chance. Because I'm like, we didn't know what our, inlet was going to be. We're like, how are we going to get our foot in the door? So we applied, did the application, submitted. I told the girls from the team, I'm like, let's, say a prayer, fingers crossed, everything. We made it through the first round. They asked us to go to St. Pete because I'm down here in Miami. So we went to St. Petersburg to the HSN headquarters and did our first round in front of the panels. And it was amazing. I mean, when we see video clips still of me and Danielle from my team getting the big ticket, I mean, we still cry, and it was so fun. It was such a, pivotal moment for Taudry and just for us and our hard work. And from there, we went around, to the next rounds, did like our guest class, and all leading up to our debut, which just happened on February 24th. And it was truly, truly amazing to be able to present Taudrey to the QVC customer and just to have our brand, now still on the QVC website and everything. I mean, it's just a dream, and we are forever grateful.
Oh, we're so happy that you are excited to be with us and our QVC family. So you can shop all of Taudrey pieces on QVC.com at Taudrey, and let's spell that for them so that if anyone's listening right now.
Yes. So it's Taudrey. So just think Audrey of Audrey Hepburn and put the T for Tiffany in front.
Perfect. So go to Taudrey on QVC's website, find those pieces. Now, because you said you have a piece to show us, let's go through the process. So show me how you actually make this, how you put your dreams and passions into each piece, and how all of the women are working on this in your little jewelry box. I love that.
Sure. Yes, in our jewelry box. So I'm wearing some of them here. I can also show them closer up, but I do have one of the ones that I really wanted to present, and we were so excited to present initially to the buyers, and it's one of the ones that got chosen for QVC, is our moon and back necklace. I wonder if I do this. You tell me if you guys can see this okay. But so this one is a charm necklace. It has a beautiful story to it because on the star, it says, "Love you too," and the hand cut and carved says to the moon and back, right? So "Love you too," and the moon and back. And it has a beautiful mother of pearl shell in the shape of a moon here. So that one is really beautiful. And that's one of the ones I was just so excited to share, with the QVC customers, because there's such a beautiful story behind it. I think that's such a popular quote, everyone loves. I know I love to tell my 2-year-old baby girl, Sienna, "Love you to the moon and back." And, I read her the children's book and have the quote up in her wall. So I felt like that was one that many people can relate to and would also love to share. But I wanted to personalize this one here for you. This one is a pre-layered necklace.
Okay.
Let me show you here. So it's kind of like 2-in-1. And this has a natural pearl. And on this side is a small coin. So I'm going to put a C, Courtney, for you right here on the spot.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've got my little stamping block here. Let me whip out my initials.
And I will say, while you're whipping this out, if any one of you is watching right now and you want the item number for the necklace that she's talking about, which is on QVC, is J365948. So you can easily purchase that. And it comes with all of the alphabet, right? So you can choose the letter that you want on there.
Yes, what's still left, because maybe some have sold out by now. I need to check, but there should be a lot of the letters still left on there. I'm just grabbing my materials here. So I'm moving around.
Grab your materials. So the cool thing
this is real life here.
You can easily personalize, and you make this special for each person. So when you actually purchase a Taudrey piece, you're having the women in your workshop, in your jewelry box, your Todd squad actually personalize each piece. So as you're making it, do you think I can ask you some questions?
Yeah, please. I'm the queen of multitasking, so ask away.
Okay, perfect. So as she's making our little necklace right here, what would you share with someone who wanted to take their hobby, like for instance, your hobby at the time was jewelry making because you weren't in this business to begin with. What would you tell someone who took a hobby and then went to create a business? What kind of characteristics would you have to take?
Okay, we have some background noise for us.
I think I just had a fire alarm go off and then it stopped.
Well, hopefully
the joy of this time going live. Don't worry. Sorry. Go ahead. Did you hear my question?
Oh, of course. Yes, I did hear your question, and I'm going to gladly answer right now. But I did want to show you the C that we put on there.
Great.
Everything is very dainty and detailed. So let's see if it'll come out on camera, and then I'll get
and
right
if not,
here.
We can always take a picture of it and post it afterwards so that you can.
Oh, that's true.
And of course, once again, it is on QVC.com, and that item number is J365948. Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Perfect. I'm so glad. So what I would say to other entrepreneurs, and I say it all the time because it's 2 of my favorite quotes. And one of them starting with, make your passion your profit. So it's like what we do for work is what we spend all of our time doing, right? It's like that's what we spend our lives doing. That's what we spend all of our times doing. So work in something that you're passionate in and find how you can make it your paycheck. I used to say make your passion your paycheck, but I got smart and I say make your passion your profit. But you know what I mean? Make your passion your career. And even if it's not for entrepreneurs, for every hardworking woman and person out there, work in what you love, because and it's not going to be easy. That's my second quote. If it were easy, everybody would to do it. But so it's not going to be easy. And that's why you need to be passionate about it, because you'll continue to have that, drive and, resilience almost to make it happen throughout all the challenges. And again, everything is challenging. So why not go for your dreams and your passion? So that would be my advice, along with, and this is one that I constantly remind myself and is like a mantra of mine, which is to enjoy the journey. We have to enjoy the journey. I'm like the Miley Cyrus, it's a climb, I feel like is what I'm referring to. But it's like, it really is the climb and the journey that you have to enjoy along the whole way.
That is so true. And especially at this time. So as an entrepreneur, and like a lot of us, we have some boundaries placed on us. Hence why we're doing this, virtually at home. We're able to connect and talk with you. And we're seeing some blessings that come from us having to pivot and juke in this situation. What is something that you have learned by kind of having to step inward within the boundaries we've had and create from what you have with what's around you?
So some things that we've learned, because we've definitely had to pivot with just all of our marketing efforts, and even just with the day-to-day on running the business. So some of the things that I would say is to stay true at what you're good at and just pivot your avenue or your outlet. I would love to give a perfect example of this that we're doing right here, right? So it's like when we have to pivot and do something, it's like you still find a way to do what you do best. And, we're really trying to, which is what Tawdry is all about, give any little moments of joy and positivity through all of this. And again, I'm like, that's one of our foundations. So we're like, okay, during this time, we're going to pump that up times 10. And how can we do that even better? And and that's how we're going to make it through all of this.
That is true. It really is about kind of connecting with those around you and then taking what you have and making something of it and doing what you love. I mean, you're taking your talent and your craft and creating that. Okay, so I just have to ask, I also saw that part of your Todd squad, there's a French bulldog. And I have to ask, are you going to start making little charms for dogs or anything in the future?
I know, so that's Zooey. Zooey, listen to me, because Sienna calls her Zozo. So I was going to say Zozo, but that is Zoe. She is also a female and also part of the Todd squad. I didn't bring her today because she snores so loud. She's going to be snoring in our video, and Zoe is we call her the director of first impressions because she greets everybody at the door. And we have done different dog items in the past. We need to definitely bring it back. I want to perfect it. When we were testing some on Zoe, there were different materials that I wanted to change. But so to answer your questions, yes, that's like a natural fit for us. And I'm going to have Zoe, our model and director of first impressions, do some testing for those pieces.
That's so fantastic. So that's part of your family. Zoe's part of your family. You came from a family of entrepreneurs and you started this company while you were building a family. Tell me about what it's like to run your passion, but also keep your focus on something that really matters and build your family at the same time.
Sure. And thank you for that question. And that's definitely something, while we're being super sincere, that I have to work on a lot. And I'll tell you why. So I started Tawdry 10 years ago, before I was married, before I had Tawdry. I was still with Javier. He's my high school sweetheart. So he's definitely been through the process and growth of Tawdry from the beginning. But then, and I always wanted to build the business before being able to start our family. So, and it's funny because I refer to Tawdry as my first baby. We talk about Tawdry as if she's a person. And she's a difficult person. No, I'm just kidding. And she gives us a lot of challenges, like all kids and stuff do. But so it's like Tawdry's my firstborn, and of course then I had Zoe, because she's like my other baby, and then we had Sienna. And in the beginning, I had to figure out how are we going to make this balance almost. Right. And I found what works for me is more of an integration. So I'm about work, family integration instead of work-life balance, because that's what works for me. I love to bring, I mean, Sienna's been coming to the jewelry box since she was a newborn, or I would take my work home, you know, and I'm okay with, I love having her on my hip when I bring her here to the office and I'm carrying her. Now she's a toddler, so she loves to get into everything. But I love the fact, you know, to be able to bring her for work, like into work, or I'm okay now, you know, when I have to take my laptop on vacation to stay on top of emails, you know, and things like that. So I very much, you know, do that integration. But I feel for everybody, you need to find what works for you. So that's kind of like my recommendation and what I found throughout the years that works.
Yeah, no, and that's good. I mean, you have to take your family with you in whatever way works for you and for them. So I think it's awesome that you're like, hey, balance, that's not my thing, but integration.
Yeah, but integration. And I want them to know, you know, even like the girls at work. I mean, they're all women, but I refer to them as the girls. But I'm like, the girls at work, you know, when there's a day off of school, you know, they've brought their kids here too. Like, we're very family oriented, or now, you know, everyone's working from home and crafting from home, and we have our daily team meetings. And, you know, it's funny when like the kids are in the background or they're juggling homework at the same time. I feel everyone now is really doing the integration because we have no choice for balance.
That's true.
And yeah.
So, okay, we're going to do a quick, you mentioned you like rapid fire questions. Yeah. So I just have a quick few before we start to get to the end of this interview. But here they are. The first thing that pops to your head, I'm just going to rapid fire. They're just a couple. And I just want to hear your answer. Okay. First one, favorite place?
Italy.
Oh, really? Yes. Name of first pet?
Dice, a Dalmatian from 101 Dalmatians. But that was my first pet.
His name is Dice?
His name was Dice. He was a Dalmatian. And that was my like childhood pet. And I always remember Dice. He was the cutest.
Dice.
I'm an animal lover, so I've always had animals.
We have a lot of animal lovers who shop QVC. A lot of our customers are. Okay, favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza. All right. Oh, Italy, pizza. I could see that.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Favorite movie genre?
Romantic comedies. What are they called? Rom-coms?
Rom-coms.
Yeah, that's what I'm not into, like horror or suspense. Give me, like, make me laugh and give me something, you know, like pleasurable to watch. That's my thing.
Okay. Beach or mountains?
Beach, 100%. Miami girl.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Okay. Cook or eat out?
Oof, eat out. Javier's the chef. And when it's me, it's eat out.
It's you, it's eat out. If you were born in any era, what era would you have been born in? I may guess.
70s.
Oh, 70s.
Oh, you were going to guess? Sorry. Oh,
I was in my head thinking like I was going to guess maybe around Audrey Hepburn, but 70s.
Oh, that is true. That is true. And that would have been a good fit. But I'm like, I love like, and I guess maybe like end of 60s, early 70s. I'm like, I love disco music. Whenever there's like a theme party or you know, or like for Halloween and all of that, that's my go-to, and that's my favorite like music too. So that would be my choice.
All right, and then last one, sweet or salty foods?
Salty first, sweet after. I gotta choose both.
You have to choose both. That's totally fine. Yeah. All right, well, thank you so much. I want to know, how can we follow your journey? Where can we find you and the brand Tawdry? Tell us a little bit more where we can do that.
Sure. And thank you so much. So you can follow us on Facebook. That's Taudrey Jewelry. Or on Instagram, it's Taudrey Jewelry 21. And the best way to support us is just to shoot us some love and comment on QVC. If you search Taudrey right on QVC, you can shop through there and really just to support and send us some love and good vibes. And we are definitely doing the same to everybody.
Oh, thank you so much, Tiffany. Do you have anything else you want to share with anyone who's watching right now before we sign off?
No, I mean, I guess to just really share my gratitude. This was really fun. And this was just another great way, I think the same thing, to just give some joy and positivity and some great entertainment during this time. So I'm so, so grateful. Thank you very much.
Oh, Tiffany, thank you. We appreciate it. And we will be definitely looking forward to seeing more Taudry pieces.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.